What's up, everybody, man? I'm back with another reaction video today. As you can see, we is in a hotel, different locations, you know what I'm saying? When you put in work, you can do that, you know what I'm saying? You put in work, you can do that. But we in LA right now.
West Coasting.
Had to do a reaction video. I really actually wasn't planning on doing a reaction video because I didn't think we was going to see Spider-Man, to be honest, but
I knew we was going to see it.
I wasn't sure I was going to go.
I low-key, see, when we looked up the stories and stuff, I looked up where the nearest movie theater was first.
I wasn't too sure we were going to see it, but we definitely got it done.
But you want to know why I wanted to go see it so bad? Because I saw a reaction video to the trailer and I was like, damn, this nigga Jerry lit, kid. I ain't seen a Spider-Man movie since like 2004. Like maybe this the one.
Oh yeah, you said you never
I
saw
seen none of them.
Spider-Man.
I never saw none. I seen Tobey Maguire. I seen Green Goblin fucking shit up back in the day. And I used to stay in Orlando back then, so all we wore was green. And we thought Green Goblin was that nigga. Like we thought Green Goblin was the coolest. So y'all wasn't even representing Spider-Man? Nah. We thought Green Goblin was the coolest shit ever. It wasn't until the third one came out and Venom came out. Then it was like, damn. Spider-Man the truth like that?
No.
We was Green Goblin to the death.
Green Goblin was that nigga.
We fucked with Dr. Octopus too, cause I don't know, we was some badass shit, so we was rooting for the villains.
I was the villain.
So we was rooting for the villains, but Dr. Octopus was cool. But when we seen Green Goblin riding around, and this is before they had little hoverboards, so we ain't never seen nobody with technology like that before.
Oh yeah.
Riding around, so we sitting there like, hold on, where you get one of that, man?
Where I get that at?
Yeah,
they don't got that in the hood.
So I knew for a fact I was not only gonna see that bit, I was only gonna see it. And I had to see it in LA so it could just be a whole different vibe. Cause
y'all niggas saw it in Florida. We saw it in LA.
Don't get me started.
Where they probably produced it at too.
Don't get me started on the ones that saw it in Georgia. Even though they did do a lot of that shit at the Tyler Perry Studios. Shout out Black Studios.
I'm pretty sure they premiered in LA. I'm not too sure, but like where else would you premiere it? You feel what I'm saying? Like where else you would premiere?
Not New York.
Hey, but we are reacting to Spider-Man No Way Home, man. It's everything. Hey, okay. If you haven't seen the movie, just turn it off. Turn this video off right now. Like, don't even watch it because we spoiling. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. So if you have not seen the movie, please stop this video right now.
But if you broke like Kyle and can't afford the movies, then you might as well just listen. This is the closest thing you'll get. And then just wait for it to come on TV in 4 years.
So Spider-Man No Way Home, man. So listen, there's been anticipation about this movie since the pic dropped on video. There was all the Spider-Mans. It leaked on Twitter, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh!" But Andrew Garfield, the Amazing Spider-Man guy, he kept denying it. He kept denying the video for like a year or two straight. And then I never saw Tobey Maguire make any comments, no headlines. Like it was kind of Andrew Garfield, but he denied it at all times. You know, he actually went on what's that show? It might have been Jimmy Kimmel.
Not Jay Leno.
He got him on video. He was like, "Hey, it's a leaked photo. It's a leaked photo." Obviously, it wasn't leaked. So he did a very good job as an actor. For sure, keeping us out the loop, not in the loop, but like okay. So this is the thing. I knew Andrew was gonna be it, but I didn't think Toby was gonna be it. That's was my thoughts. Like I was, that's was my thoughts. I knew Andrew, but I didn't think Toby. So once I saw Toby come out, I was like, okay, Toby Maguire.
Damn, I definitely put all them boys on my Snapchat story too. Damn, that's why people was telling me, yeah, you had to be the spoiler.
That's why I was looking at it like.
I definitely put that bitch on my story. Like, look at them niggas. Oh man!
I was looking like this nigga here is what he must be from Florida.
I'm telling you, hey, wait till my channel comes out. It's called Spoiler Alerts, cause fuck all of y'all.
So Spider-Man No Way Home definitely. I'm not gonna be reading it. So let me get the insight. So the photo had leaked. 2 years later, we get the trailer. I did a reaction to the trailer because everybody went on this trailer, waiting on the trailer. You feel me? And the trailer had Green Goblin, it had Electro, it had Dr. Otto. Yeah, those are the three main villains I seen, but they never showed the other Spider-Mans, and they were missing 2 other villains as well. So I was like, bro, ain't no way Peter Parker can do this by himself. Like, ain't no way he gonna do this by himself. So definitely, everything you expect the movie to be, it is gonna be even better. Actually, it's probably gonna beat your expectation. Like just the way everything played out. Also, another thing I noticed in the movie, there was a lot of crime, bro. There was a whole lot of fucking tears happening.
I could take it up from that because that's because you know I'm the cinema guy. Like,
go ahead.
So I like that. I love that part of it because first off, crying is cool. You can do that only on your birthday though. But crying is cool. But it was amazing because it showed how the stuff changed. Because in 2002, you can watch those Tobey Maguire movies, and Tobey Maguire definitely set the standard, and he was the coolest thing we ever seen.
Right.
So like
first Spider-Man.
So but in 2002, like remember, Get Rich or Die Trying came out the next year. So like the world was different. It was really banging, banging, banging. We want to see action. We want to see this. Remember, the Transformers movies came out in like 2005, 2006, 2007, around like a little bit after that. And it was all action. Everything was action, 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 action. So Tobey Maguire was big on just action, getting to the point, busting ass. Green Goblin got impaled in that movie. Like that's some shit you don't see like regular. But motherfucking, and then when I don't know too much about Andrew Garfield, but I could tell that he was younger, and then the Gwen Stacy situation showed that he was touching, so it may be more to a younger adult scene. But when it came to this Spider-Man, this one right here, it was amazing because it showed that the world was just crumbling, because we got to see bro come from the top. Because remember, he was Peter Parker, he was Iron Man's little boy, like that was Iron Man's boy, like that was Iron Man's little prodigy and stuff like that. And I remember watching the Ultimate Spider-Man on Nicktoons and not Nicktoons.
I'm glad you said that. He definitely is Ultimate Spider-Man. I never thought about it. You said that.
Once you see the suit, yeah.
Yeah, the suit. I was like, that is Ultimate Spider-Man.
So I remember watching that and thinking like, oh, then that's cool. I never seen a Spider-Man that interacted with the Avengers and the MCU and all that stuff like that. Because you got to remember, before then, because the MCU, the quick history lesson, Marvel was broke, so they sold Spider-Man to Fox and Sony and all them. So like, this was them bringing them back, like getting them back and stuff like that. So they had to show. So they had to get the money right. They had to get the MCU started and stuff like that. So it was amazing to see that they chose. But with him, it had to show a different side, because he's no longer like this big automatic character. Like they want to show us the true kid. He's a kid. He goes through kid stuff and it made sense with the crying and stuff like that, because it had to give you that emotional feel. Because they chose not to let those people die. Because the whole time, because I'd be rooting for the villains. So, hey man, go kill that nigga, bro. What the fuck? Hey, kill dude. Kill. That's all I'm about. That's why I like gangster movies. But it showed that there's other sides. It shows that there's other sides to that. That's not how he wants. It reminded me of like Smallville. Like Clark Kent, when Clark Kent used to always let people live, because that's not what he does. Superman would rather save all the lives, would save every life, no matter what it is, because every life matters. So it was cool to see that they chose to give you a strong feeling, to give you a strong connection. Because we got to see him come up, because remember, he was Iron Man's boy. He started off as just a scene in the Avengers Civil War, and then he got his own movies, and then he fought, and I like how they brought up that he fought the purple alien, like that wasn't fucking Thanos, motherfucker, like they acted like this shit, like I really like how they act like this shit was just cool, chill, like yeah, my family disappeared for 5 years, like. I
also like how they intertwined the Thanos into all the Marvels, like they throw little pieces of Thanos and how like the fire blitz, that's what it's called, how it affected everybody with the Disney. I know you haven't seen like the Disney Plus show, but like all of it is intertwined. They all connected. Also like that as well. And what I was gonna say, think about what you said. But yeah, it showed Doctor Strange. Yeah, Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange also heavily involved in this movie. As Strange, like
he did
bro. Doctor Strange is raw. I ain't gonna cap, but that nigga raw. But Spider-Man beat his ass though. He had to beat his ass.
I don't know if he beat. He got him.
Oh, he locked him up. He locked him.
He did the most Spider-Man thing. I'm pretty sure he's the only one that could have done that too. Like out of all three of them, he was the only one that would have been able to smart enough to do that. Everybody else would have died.
Yeah, because they don't know him like that.
Andrew Garfield's pretty smart. He would have figured something out to survive. But Tobey Maguire, he would have got killed.
Yeah, he knows Doctor Strange, so he might know his tactics and everything as well. But Doctor Strange was very heavily. Also, thing I noticed about Doctor Strange in the movie, he is not himself. You feel what I'm saying? I know what's gonna go on because I read the comments, but like he's not himself after the whole blip thing. He's as you can remember when Wong came in, he was like he's not the sorcerer king. I forgot the name of the title because of the blip thing. So I feel like that's affecting him as well. Like he's just not himself, and he was willing to send everybody back. I mean that's the fate of them. So that's his job. Like he's just thinking about the fate of time. Like he has to go roll with it. But like them niggas gonna die. But he didn't even care. He was like, hey, that's how that bit go.
That's how that bit go. So I would have, if I was a director, the movie would have only been 30 minutes. I would have sent all them boys back and everybody would have died. Tom Holland, you would have got your ass splashed for trying to do all that extra bullshit. But nah, they chose to make Spider-Man a character bigger than it is. Because you gotta remember, it takes it back to Uncle Ben. Because Uncle Ben told bro, like, hey, with great power comes great responsibility. So like, you could sit there and just do the easy thing and just send them back or let them die. But like, you chose to take the great responsibility and to bring them out and cure them and figure things out. And that's kind of that shows the difference in the world then and now. Like back then, nobody really gave a fuck about some shit like that. But now it's showing that like it's bigger. There's always a bigger picture at the end of the day. So Spider-Man, Tom Holland, I'm not gonna lie, is the best Spider-Man. He's the best Spider-Man because he's the best Spider. He's the best Spidey. He's the best Peter Parker. And it was great. It was great that they had the J. Jonah Jameson. He played his part really
I feel like that nigga should disappear too. Like, how the fuck he came back? Like, he was in the Tobey Maguire movies. Like, how this nigga all of a sudden, like, I don't know. I felt like he should disappear with the rest of them when they sent the back, because like he was part of. I don't know. I just felt like he should have been sent back as well. That's what was my thing with that scene. But yeah,
it was great. I loved it. But what was your favorite scene? What do you think your favorite scene might have been?
Favorite scene in the movie? Oh man, when they brought him out, man. Definitely when they brought fucking Andrew Garfield. I thought that was gonna be Toby first, cause
whoa my god,
because that's where he kissed her. So I thought that was gonna be Toby, but I was like, oh, and I was like, okay, cool. Then he said, let me get another feeder.
Bruh, no cap, bro. That was wrong. That was so wrong. I'm glad we got the same favorite part, because I remember I never seen Amazing Spider-Man, so I don't even know who Andrew Garfield is. I never seen the movie. I know the stuff. I know who Gwen Stacy is. I know all that stuff. But
just never seen the movie.
I never saw the movie. I didn't even know there was another trilogy of Spider-Man movies. I thought it was just the old ones.
They kind of like kept it like low key, because I remember back when I used to go to the movies heavy as a kid. I seen a trailer for it. But I was like, damn, like, when the fuck did they make another Spider-Man? But definitely went to go see it. Andrew Garfield, niggas sleep on Andrew Garfield, okay?
I'm woke now, but
he's definitely an amazing Spider-Man. Like, they was hating on him when it first came out, but like, I definitely liked the second movie. The I forgot what it's called, but like the second Amazing Spider-Man 2. That shit is probably like one of my favorite Spider-Man movies. Like, niggas hate that movie, but like, that's low-key my favorite, because the way everything intertwined, because they had the Electro, they had Green Goblin, and then I don't know if there was a third villain. It was Electro, Green Goblin. I might have been just them two.
The crop with Andrew Garfield.
No, that was the first movie. It was the Rhino. So in the second one, he had to face the Rhino, Electro, and Green Goblin. Yeah, so he had to fight all three of them, and that was going to intertwine with the Sinister Six, because they were supposed to make the Sinister Six movie. But I'm glad they did it, because in this movie, he basically does face the Sinister Six. He has Croc, he has Electro, he has Green Goblin, and he was Dr. Ock. I think Dr. Ock was part of the Sinister Six. I'm not sure Sandman.
I think he might have.
He might have been, but also Sandman's in there. But like, they basically three of them faced the Sinister Six, and them niggas put up a good fight. So I definitely appreciate. I appreciate this whole movie. Like, it was everything. I'm not gonna say everything I was expected. I was very satisfied, and it went over my expectation. You feel what I'm saying? Because at first I was like, damn. And like the first time I'm like, damn, like this nigga really like. It ain't looking good. It ain't looking good, people. But I was like, ain't no way all these villains finna come, and this other Spider-Man's not gonna come with him. Like, he can't do that shit by himself. And then once he brought out the what's his name, Ned brought the other Spider-Mans, I was like, okay, it's go time.
I respect it. I like that you brought up the Sinister Six. I think the villains is what made the movie, right?
For sure.
Because not that the villain, I think the three Spider-Mans obviously made the movie. Like, that nostalgia and that stuff. Like, my hands were sweating. I didn't even know who Andrew Garfield was. My hands were sweating. But I like the way the villains did, because you had to understand the villains to understand that, like, these are all different times. Because you could have just threw all them bitches in there and they all just started attacking Spider-Man. But the first thing is like, not Peter Parker, who the fuck are you? And you got the OG Dr. Octopus. So it really showed that they took time to make sure that they fixed anything that any lingering questions from the old movies, and then they added to it, because all them boys were supposed to die. These are facts. So like the fact that they brought it back, and then they changed their mindsets for all of them, shows like, okay, it's growing and stuff like that. So the villains is what really connected all the movie together and made it to make sense, in my opinion. Because like, you could have had all three Spider-Mans in there and just fucking shit up, but it would have just been an action movie. But the fact that you made them think, you made us think back to like, damn, Dr. Octopus really wasn't that bad a person. He just like his arms, tentacles took over.
Yeah, the niggas just was fucking with him.
His tentacles took over with him, and like, you seen it when they cured him. The first thing he said was, the voices are gone. And I felt that, because voices do be in niggas' heads for some people, not mine, but like voices be in the heads for some people. So like, and then the same thing with Willem Dafoe. I don't even want to call him just Green Goblin, because it's Willem Dafoe. That boy did his fucking thing. That nigga showed up. That boy did his fucking thing.
I think in this movie, it just brought me back to the Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that Joker saying Dark Man, the Dark Knight with the Joker. He almost, I ain't gonna say he reached like the Heath Ledger Joker, like, but like that's who I think of Green Goblin. Like, just the way he tapped back into that role. And I think this was better than the first one, to be honest. Like, the way he came back and was just whooping that nigga's ass and fucked them all up. Like, he almost has, but he's still the Green Goblin. That's what I'm saying. And he definitely showed up for that one. Like Green Goblin definitely was my he showed up.
Green Goblin was definitely my Joker until the Dark Knight came out.
Yeah,
that was a fact.
He definitely has that joke saying like just fucking with you. He definitely just fucking with Peter Parker. He definitely did fuck us up.
And it is great because it showed the difference between the Spider-Man villains, because the Marvel universe, their villains are kind of like, they're really super powered crazy. Like literally, Electro fell in the bat of eels, electric eels, so that's how he got his powers. So kind of like